Guess who's back again, again. Ghetto Crockett, full of crock. And boy, this time I got some clips to share with you folks. Holy mackerel. If this doesn't cement L after L after L for the Democrat Party, along with her confidence. I mean, this is supposed to be the leader of the Democrat Party. Wait till you see what she says now, what comes out of that raw sewage called a mouth. She's supposed to be the leader along with her confidant, commie AOC. If this is the best the Democrats got, holy mackerel. You thought Kamala was bad. It just gets worse and worse. I can't wait to share with you what I'm about to share with you. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, your favorite snack. Your boy Nez is going to take care of everything. Also, I've got a bonus. Oh, it's such a bonus. It's a clip that's going to put a little sunshine inside your chest. Lifelong Democrats who didn't know they were being recorded expressing how they're fed up with the real people fed up with the Democrat Party. Wait till the end. You're going to love that one. But first, here is the first clip of a couple. I mean, it's just, these are all just absolute garbage. But this one right here, you want to talk about the big lie. Crockett actually says to disgraced, fired, terminated hack reporter Jim Acosta that she has a bunch of Republicans that come up to her all the time and say this. What?
All is happening in their polling, but I can tell you in real life that I've had a number of Republicans that approach me as they see me out and they say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I really like you. Like, we come from completely different parties, but I believe that you are fighting for the people. I believe that you are trying to do what's best for all of us. I may disagree with like how you feel like we get there, but I agree with your fight. And I think that that's what's scary for them, is this idea that it's not just, say, Black folk that are listening to me, right? Or it's not just like super liberal folk. It's this idea that, you know, people who even aren't Democrats would actually listen to what I have to say.
To hear hack Jim Acosta go, in agreement to this drivel, dreck, this absolute, I mean, deluge of lies. There isn't a single Republican, there isn't a single American out there who agrees with you, Crockett, who likes you, Crockett. You hate America. You want criminals, gangsters, and rapists to stay in our country. You think Trump is cognitively in decline, which I'm going to share a clip. Oh my God, she wants to invoke the 25th Amendment. Can you believe this? I want names. I want names of every single one of these so-called Republicans. I want their names. I want their places of business. I need to interview them. By the way, if you're a Republican, I'm just going to say this right now. If you're actually identified as a conservative Republican and you have walked up to or you feel aligned with Jasmine Ghetto full of Crockett, you have carte blanche to come on my show and talk about it, explain it, but you have to put your face out there. You got to put your money where your mouth is. I need names. I need faces. I need to know that you actually have warm blood coursing through your body and you're actually identified as a human being, because this is an absolute crock, pun intended. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, speaking of this next clip, speaking of Trump, Crockett here actually has the nerve to suggest, after 4 years, 4 dark, abysmal years of a vegetable in office, to invoke the 25th Amendment, and it should be used on Trump. Watch this and then come on back. You're not going to believe what she says about Biden, but watch this first.
We want to talk about medical issues. We also could have a conversation about Trump, because I don't know what's going on. I know that he's not necessarily the creme de la creme in general, because we know that potentially part of his issues as it relates to Harvard is that, well, he got rejected. So we know that he's not ever been known as kind of like the scholarly guy. We know that he will never be known as this amazing orator as some of our former presidents were. Barack Obama, another one of his favorites, right? We know that that's not his wheelhouse, but we also know that like he is like next level unhinged. And he's been unhinged since the campaign. Like, the fact that people ignore the fact that he was constantly talking about, the whales or the sharks, and he was talking about, the windmills. I don't know. Just all over the place. And recently at West Point decided to talk about trophy wives and decided to talk about his investigations. And then right after the crypto event, he couldn't read the words on the teleprompter. Like, he did not know the words. He couldn't read it. I don't know what's going on. But like, if we want to talk about something, we need to talk about whether or not he really has the cognitive ability, because he is the current sitting president, and whether or not the 25th Amendment should apply is something that maybe we should be digging into.
It's like there's not even an effort. There's not even any effort to patch together some kind of a lie that at least has a tiny modicum of believability. Like, she's just making up the wildest things out of nowhere. Trophy wives? The West Point speech was powerful, impactful, patriotic, American to the marrow of the bone. She's just making up crap. He didn't know the words about Bitcoin and digital currencies and crypto. What are you talking about? It is absolute absurd. Your own propagandist ally network, CNN, fake tapper, is calling you guys out, and you have the nerve, the audacity, the shamelessness to go out and claim that Trump's the one that needs help? Speaking of fake tapper, speaking of having a vegetable in chief for 4 years, after everything that's come out, after the abomination, the hypocrisy, when I call them the Hippocrats, is that a perfect title or what? After everything now in the last couple of weeks, months, that have cemented the fact that we have no idea who controlled the White House. We have no idea who was in charge of the auto pen. We have no idea whether Biden even knew he was resigning, stepping down, et cetera, et cetera. We have no idea what consequential legislation policy he himself enacted that was voted by the people, supposedly, which is a whole nother story. Crockett, ghetto full of, actually says this about Biden and his mental decline. Just watch.
Now, obviously, it's not like I've known Joe Biden my whole life, because I haven't. But I can tell you that I literally have had conversations with him, not once, not twice, probably not even 3 times, multiple times. And I never, ever, ever felt like I saw anything that was decline. Now, would I be honest if I said that we don't all decline at some point? Like, there has to be a point, just because we're aging, that there is like a level of kind of fall off that we all have. I think that that's the natural part of aging. It's the same thing that happens with our bodies, right? Like, this is a whole body thing. Like, you probably not running 10 miles anymore like you used to, right? So there is a natural, but does that mean that you're not qualified? Or does it mean that it is so detrimental that it's causing harm? Absolutely not. Because I can remember vividly, when all these stories started to kind of start up, and there was this interview, and actually it wasn't an interview, it was a press conference. It was a press conference, and it had to deal with foreign affairs. And, Joe Biden, anybody know anything about him, they know foreign affairs is like his wheelhouse. And he was so on point. Like, he understood, like, on a whole other level. And frankly, the rest of the world actually respected him. And it's not like, who the world is pissed off at? It wasn't Joe Biden. It's Donald Trump. When you have literally King Charles that's going off in Canada about Trump, when you have Canada, one of our close allies, that's going off about Trump, when you have Mexico, one of our close allies, that's going off about Trump, these are people that had an opportunity to interact with both. And let me tell you, no one claimed that he was unintelligent or that there was some level of decline to where he was unable to comprehend or unable to perform. That did not exist. And so the fact that we buy into these false narratives, the fact that we're even having this conversation when literally Joe Biden is not the president, and right now whatever harms that are going to be suffered by the American people have nothing to do with Joe Biden, because we didn't have to worry about the stock market crashing every other day when Joe Biden was in office. We didn't have to worry about whether or not people were going to have their Medicaid when Joe Biden was in office. We didn't have debates about whether or not people would have Social Security when Joe Biden was in office. So let me tell you, if Joe Biden was like mentally deficient in some way and he was still able to keep this sucker on the tracks, then give me a mentally deficient Joe Biden any given day over Donald Trump.
You literally have to sit back in awe at the level, the breadth and depth of utter bullshit that comes out, pardon my language, of this cretin's mouth. You know, have you ever been around people before? Maybe you've had some family, relatives, or friends, or neighbors, or whatever. It's like they lie so much, it's become oxygen, and they can't even tell the lie from the truth anymore. There's literally no way they can distinguish. They believe and have believed the stench of their pitiful pile of BS for so long that that's all they know, that's all they exhibit, that's all they convey. I actually believe, you want to talk about a lack of moral compass, you want to talk about a lack of values and principles, ethics, etc., professionalism. But Crockett actually believes that she's being righteous, that she's being forthcoming, that she's being professional, that she's showing women what an empowered, strong, intelligent woman looks like. She believes that, like literally believes that. Oh, and then to top it all off, she also thinks the reason that Trump won is because people are uneducated. You, me, we're uneducated. We're not sophisticated. And she is. This is what I mean. She believes it. She believes in her own architecture of complete and utter fibs about herself. She believes the lies that were told about her being a decent, professional, hardworking, smart, intelligent human being. It's unfathomable. Okay, I told you if you made it this far, I'm going to give you something that is just so entertaining, so fun. Pour a little sunshine all over your body. Watch this amazing clip of this guy recording his parents, lifelong Democrats, who are so fed up and they had no idea they were being recorded with the Democrat Party. You're going to get a super kick out of this.
Don't y'all ever put a dress on.
Exactly.
Did I give y'all permission? No, Mr. Johnson. We taking it right off now. But why did you put it on him?
Right. So just like the majority of black baby boomers, my parents were lifelong Democrats who just left the party and they're fed up. They had no idea they were being recorded, but check it out, it's hilarious. Listen to my mom, how calm she is and how nice and Christian she is, then listen to my dad's response.
Is against the word of God.
Right.
I cannot support any party that's that's against the word of God. I'm sorry. I refuse.
Not only that, they can say
I
a man
stand
have
up
a baby.
for what I believe.
A man have a baby. A man have a baby. I want to see it with my physical eyes. I want to see this with my physical eyes. I want to see the baby come out as a baby, as a male, with all the male parts. I'm going to watch him grow up to a certain age, and I'm going to watch him have a baby. Can you produce that to me? If you can't, get out my face because you're lying.
That's another thing. You know, well, they not male or female. Let them determine what they're going to be.
Oh yeah,
really?
that's happening.
Oh, really?
And you go to jail if you
God
don't.
created all things, you know, and they not male or female. Let them decide. You got a 4-year-old. I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. Oh, really? Okay, you a boy, baby. Okay, let's go shopping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's go shopping. Mommy get you whatever. Where's the daddy? Who knows? You know, because more than 9 out of 10, the daddy ain't gonna stand for it.
Now, it may be an AI. Now you can make an AI.
Yeah.
You want to make an AI.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this. I want to see a woman, make sure she's a woman, have a male, watch this male grow up the right way without y'all cutting on him, and then I want to see him have a baby.
Right.
I want to see this from. I don't want you telling me what can happen. I want to see it for myself. I don't care if it takes 15 years. Okay, I'll be 80.
And that's something that would never be seen.
I want to see
it's
it.
impossible. It would never be seen. We know that. We tell them that. But they so dumb. They believe it. They actually believe it themselves.
I know.
Oh yeah, a man can have a baby. Oh
That's all they
really?
gotta do. People
A
in
man can have
Congress.
a period.
And I ain't
Yeah,
talking
no, that's
about
another
no
one,
doggone
period.
seahorse neither. I ain't talking about no seahorse. The male seahorse having kids. Okay, I don't believe it, but I ain't saw it neither. But they say that's what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what
they
say.
say.
They did say that's what happened.
That's what they
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But I ain't talking about no seahorse. I'm talking about a man. Period. Show me a man, physical man, not an AI, not something that you didn't create in the lab.
XY chromosome.
I want to see. I want to see it. I want to see a man and a woman. I don't want to see them with my physical eyes, but I want to know they're the only two in the room. That's all I want to see. I will make sure they're the only two in the room. You know.
That's funny.
I don't understand.
It's impossible.
I can't believe it's so hard to believe that society, that we in the world like today, you know.
As funny and amusing and heartful as that is, I want to say this. Tell me how much you love that clip. But to me, what that clip really demonstrates, besides the hilarity of the dad, talking about the seahorses and all that, is it just goes you to show that the majority of Americans, the majority of people, normal people, are just sick and tired of these crazy, out of space, out of this world, progressive, radical, anti-American, anti-common sense, initiatives and policies that these progressive liberal Bolsheviks keep coming up with. Everyday average American. This is why we won. This is why we won. And this is why I say time and time again, people think I'm a right-wing nut job. I'm not conservative. I'm not Republican. I'm definitely not liberal. I'm definitely not Democrat. If I'm something, had to identify myself as something, I'd say I'm a constitutional centrist. I love America. I love the Constitution. I love the values and principles that are embedded in the very fabric of the greatest country known to man, the United States of America. And Trump really revolutionized politics because I don't think Trump is really a true conservative, a true whatever. I think he has revolutionized the spectrum. This is the party of common sense. This is the party of returning to the America that we grew up in. And I think that's what most Americans want. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I know you want one of these. If you're watching on TV, you can just click over to the product carousel and check out the QR code. If you're watching this on your phone, device, or what have you, the links to our shop is in the pinned comment description down below. You can get one of these. We got a ton of new stuff, all made in the USA. Go check it out right now. Also, check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's free. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.